I can't do this. I'm going to do it. I just have so much. I have so much. So, so there are so many things wrong with what I'm about to do, or what I'm about to try to explain to you people. There are just so many things that the people, especially contractors that are coming from America, or anybody that knows even a little bit about construction, there are so many things wrong with what I'm about to explain to you. You wouldn't believe it, but I'm going to tell you that I spent 20 plus minutes with a very, very nice woman in Builderware yesterday. In the main office, she was extremely knowledgeable about the supplies and construction equipment in the store, and she knew every single question I asked this woman. She knew. So she must have been in the business. She had to be in this business for a very, very long time. She was in her mid 40s. So in that respect, I got every answer answered immediately. She didn't have to go look in a book, and she didn't have to go someplace else. She knew the answer. I didn't like any of the answers, but I'm going to give you the questions and the answers to what I asked this woman. So, so we're getting close uh, to doing construction, and the price of construction materials just keeps going up astronomically. It doesn't go up in leaps and bounds. They shoot these numbers over the top of the building. For instance, this clamp here, I had to buy just a few more clamps, three more, to do something that I want to do, or to make sure I don't run out. So this clamp here is 63 pesos. That's $1.26. Okay, but only 1 year ago, this clamp, you could get them for 40 pesos. You could get them for 38, but you could get them for 40 anywhere. So it went up more than 50% in a year for this one item. More than 50%. And that's all steel almost everywhere in the world, because China has taken over the steel production, and there just isn't enough steel for them to produce everything that's needed. They're scrapping out $300 million ships to get raw steel to make stuff like those clamps. So if something goes up in 1 year 52%, that's ridiculous, but that's what it is. So I want to go in and save some money. I'm going to spend a few million pesos shortly in their store for supplies. Maybe, probably, maybe not. Okay, it's convoluted. The store is the best store in Bohol. There's no doubt about that. They have everything. They have everything that's possible to have in the Philippines. They have, except the crowbar. They still don't sell crowbars. They sell pry bars, but they don't sell crowbars. Be that as it may. So I sit down in the woman's office, just one on one, and I said to the woman, "Look, I've been a contractor for 40 years now, since my first contractor's license. How do I get a discount here?" She said, "Just fill out some papers, sir." I said, "Well, before I do that," I told her what I'm doing, the project that I'm going to build. And she said, "Yeah, you can qualify for a discount." Basically, anybody can qualify for a discount. You don't have to be a contractor. You don't have to be licensed. All you have to do is just spend a lot of money in their store, and you qualify for their huge LOL discounts. So we'll get into that in a minute. So I sit down. I said to the woman, "Well, okay, let's just say I want to buy steel. Is steel, because she explains to me right off the bat, not all items are discounted. I said, well, how do you know? She goes, well, you'll have to ask each time, or it'll come up in the computer. But as you buy it, so you wouldn't know if you were going to get a discount until you're at the register ready to pay for this stuff. That's how you know. Or you could go into the office and ask, is this discounted or is that discounted? And they'll tell you. Especially that lady. She knew every item I asked about. Well, it's just basic construction materials. So I said, so is steel discounted? Because that's the most expensive thing, yeah? No, sir. So the most expensive item that I'm going to use to build the hotel is steel rebar. And it's not discounted. So where do we go from there? So the next most expensive thing that you're going to use is plywood or phenolic board. Is that discounted? Yes, sir. Okay, so how much is the discount? So wait a second. Let's just digress. The most expensive thing that anybody's ever going to use in construction here in the Philippines is the rebar. That's the single most expensive item for doing concrete work. Concrete and the dirt are dirt cheap. $5 for a bag of concrete and $22 for a ton of sand or gravel mix. It's cheap. It's really cheap. It's the steel that'll burn up all your money. So the next thing, phenolic board. Yes, sir, that's discounted. How much is that discounted? 2%. 2%? Really? 2%? So she goes, yeah. Unless it's on consignment. But you won't know that till you get to the cash register either. I don't know even I know what on consignment means, but if it's on consignment, like they didn't pay for it yet, and they took it on credit, then you don't get a discount. But if they paid for it, then you get a discount. But there's no way you know until you get to the cash register. Till you go there, make your order, and then you see the numbers on the screen. Okay, so what else is discounted? Hardware. So are these clamps discounted? Yes, sir. That's hardware. Is all hardware discounted? No, sir. Again, you won't know until you put your order together. And you could go through the store for 2 hours making an order. They have a huge, huge selection of hardware. Bigger than any other supplier in Bohol. And the place is organized. Stock is, for what they have, stock is fantastic. They don't have a lot of products, but what they do have, they have a fantastic amount of stock. If you wanted 200 sheets of plywood, you can go get 200 sheets of plywood or phenolic board. Steel, they have tons and tons of steel. You know, they have stock on 2x metal studs and purlin and rebar and square stock and round stock and paints. They have a really big selection of paints. I don't use the kind of brand that they have there, but they have a bigger selection of paint than anybody else, and paint products. Now, I didn't ask if paint was discounted because by this point, it's a hit or miss. You go to the store, you get all your supplies together, you put them in the shopping basket, and then you go to the register and you find out that of your, let's say, $2,000 order, $500 of it is discounted at 2%. But here's the kicker. If you let's say I was to buy, one order will be shortly will be like, well, I don't think I'm going to use the phenolic board for the bottom of the decks. I think I'm going to use the metal, and with the corrugated metal, so that even though you'll be looking up at a ceiling with corrugated metal, it'll be easier than putting up plywood with 200 vertical 2x3s to hold it up so it doesn't float. You'll have to use a lot less support, vertical support. So I think I'm going to go with the metal, but that's not the point. So I said, well, what about free deliveries? I mean, yes, sir, we have free deliveries. If you spend 60,000 pesos, that's about $1,300 now, they'll give you a free delivery. But in that order, if you spend 59,000 pesos, you'd only spend $16 for a delivery or $20 for a delivery. It's so convoluted here. There's no, like, you go in and sign a piece of paper in America, you're a contractor, everything is discounted. Everything. Whatever, you go into Home Depot or Northern Tool or any local lumberyard, you're a contractor, you get 10% discount. And maybe you get more for cash. So, although Builderware has the best and biggest by far, by tenfold, selection of the huge amounts of tile and light fixtures and sink fixtures and stainless steel outdoor wash sinks and faucets and they even have chrome-plated brass faucets, which is something new. They were, a couple of years ago, you can only buy plastic. But they have the best selection of everything, but you are not going to get a discount in the Philippines. It's not worth the effort. Now, just take this clamp, for instance. In Builderware, just before the lockdown, this was 38 pesos. So now it's 63. So it went up 52%. It's 50% on this one item. 50%. That's a lot of money. And I need 1,000 of these to finish my project. So, and pipe. Pipe was 370 pesos per pipe. Now it's 740 pesos per pipe, per length, 6 meter length. That also went up 50%. All steel from China went up 50%. And that's worldwide. So there's nothing you can do about that. So anyway, if you expect to come to the Philippines and you expect to have the same courtesy, let's call it, of a discount as a contractor, no matter how big your building project is, it doesn't matter. The most that you'll ever get is a free delivery, because the 2% is a hit and miss, and it's not on the major products like steel, concrete. It's not discounted. It's an amazing thing. So anyway, if you were going to go to shopping in Tagbilaran for construction materials, there's basically 4 places you could go to, but only 2 of those places are even worth your time of day. And one of them is City Hardware, CITI, City Hardware. And you don't want to go to the one in Tagbilaran City. Typically, it's 80% of whatever you want they don't have in stock, and they send you over to their other store by the ICM Mall. It's about half a kilometer from the ICM Mall. So City Hardware by the ICM Mall has a pretty big selection, but this is important for you to remember. City Hardware has a lot of products that are 8, 10, 12, 14% less than Builderware, because Builderware has a lock on this construction materials thing. So, for instance, when I bought a welder, the welder at City Hardware was 8,000 pesos. But the same exact welder at Builderware was like 9,300 pesos. And that's across the board. The compressor I bought at City Hardware was 10,000 pesos, At Builderware, it was 11,500 pesos. So even if you got a 2% discount on a compressor, you're still spending 10,000 pesos or $200. You're still spending $60 more on the compressor at Builderware, even with the 2% discount. So it's just so hard. And I'm glad I went there, and I'm glad I spoke with the woman, because when I walked out of the office, I wasn't going to spend any time filling out any paperwork. I'll just go. I'll just go to another supplier, a smaller supplier that you could work with. There's got to be somebody that you could work with. Locally, there's a guy that I could work with, but some of his prices locally are 20% more than Builderware. And it's tricky working with this guy. He's a great guy. I've been working with him for 3 years with stuff, but when I'm in the city, he doesn't. My local supplier does not carry phenolic board, for instance. Well, that's what people are using for concrete, and he doesn't carry it, and he doesn't carry a lot of stuff that I want. So I go to the city where I can, in Builderware, you could just walk in and buy. It's like a Home Depot. You walk in, you can buy anything you want there, but you're going to pay more money for the service. So anyway, the lady was a wonderful lady to do business with, or to talk about business. You only have two options when you're in the city: City Hardware and Builderware. There's a couple other ones that are close by. I think they're getting seconds on almost everything. When you go in and you look at the clamps are a lesser grade, lesser money, but lesser grade. And the last thing you need is a lesser grade clamp when you're going up 2 or 3 stories. So anyway, that's my live stream for today. And now, because of rain, I'm going to go... I'm going to do some local shopping for vegetables. I also have to cut up. I bought. I'll give you another tip. If you want to buy meat, pork, or any other large meat item, like not a pound or 2 pounds or anything like that, and you go to ICM, and you go to the meat department. Well, Igor was the butcher, but he's not the butcher there anymore. I don't know the new fellow's name, but because I never did see him. The security guard went into the back and made my order for me. But if you want to buy meat, and you don't want to buy those little plastic packages that they have sitting in the counter, like half a pound or 3/8 of a pound. If you want to buy I'll show it to you. If you want to buy 2 or 3 kilos, 4 kilos of pork, or a large quantity of chopped meat, or a large steaks, the butcher will make those things for you. And it's not discounted, but it's fresh. It's more fresh than the stuff that they're putting on the counter. So I'll just give you for instance, because I got to chop this up now anyway. But in this bag here, that I have, if you go into the ICM mall, now it's not easy to get the butcher. It's not easy. You got to ask the girl that's filling up the meat bins to talk to the butcher. But he didn't come out yesterday. But the security guard there, the woman or man's security guard, will go in the back and get the butcher. So this particular piece of meat is about 2 kilos. 2 kilos. And they will sell it to you like this, fresh. I mean, this was cut last night. Like, he cut this for me last night from the hog itself. And this is, let me open it up. This is 280 pesos per kilo. The price of lean pork did go down, but they're adding more fat to the product. They're not trimming the fat. It's not as lean. Lean pork used to be no fat. Now lean pork has fat on it, but they reduced it from 305 pesos per kilo to 280. But now they're giving you a few percentage points of fat. So this is lean pork at 280 pesos per kilo, and the butcher will sell you pieces like this if you ask him. Now, I asked specifically for 2 or 3 kilo packages because it's easy to cut it up. I cut it into 4 pieces and then I put it in 4 bags. But if you ask him for a 5 kilo piece, he'll give you 5 kilo piece if he has it available, if the products are available. So, and I don't think it's discounted in any way, shape, or form, but it is. When you go to the bins where they're putting the meat in there, I don't know. I've never gotten a bad piece of meat from BQ or ICM. I've never gotten a bad piece of meat. But some of that stuff might be a day or 2 old. These are fresh right from the hog. They're slaughtering the hogs right in the back. I mean, they sell tons and tons of meat there. They sell tons of fish also. And someone asked me how much the price of prawns were. Prawns are 400 pesos a kilo, and they're about 4.5 inches, 5 inches from the tip to the tail. They're not very big. They're not like the huge prawns. Now, they did have huge prawns, but they didn't have them yesterday, so they have ones that are like 10 inches long. Anyway, that's my tips of the day, and I will be, let me throw this back in the refrigerator. And I got to chop this up. I got to do a few things today. It looks like it's been raining on and off since this morning when I woke up. So it's not going to be a work day. I think at best I'll be able to prepare some stuff. I asked you a question once before, Michael Jones. Are you my friend? And you didn't answer the question. So that will be the last time I ever acknowledge your comment. You people think that I am here to answer your questions. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to give you information, maybe entertain you, but I don't understand why you people don't get it. If I don't know you personally, watch the show, get a beer, have some popcorn, enjoy yourself, but I'm not here to answer your questions or even acknowledge that you're here. It's not going to happen. Now, Michael Jones, I did ask you, go away, Michael Jones, go away, go away. You don't listen. You just don't listen. I told you many times, I explained to this, if I don't know who you are, I'm not going to talk to you. If you're not a member of my Patreon or a friend of myself that I've known you for years, and here you are asking questions if I could cook for you. Go away, Michael Jones. In fact, I'm going to make you go away right now. You don't listen. I told you this multiple times. I don't understand why you people don't have the ability to focus on the words that come out of my mouth. So just to prove a point, Michael Jones is going to be gone from the channel forever. He can start another channel. I don't want to answer your questions. I don't understand why this is so hard for you to understand. I don't understand it. Please don't ask me questions. Please don't say hello. Please don't tell me what a good show it is or a bad show. Please just watch the show or go away. So, Michael, we're gonna remove you. Can you do cooking in a live stream for us. What a worthless, absolutely worthless, what a worthless comment. You want me to cook for you. What a this is a construction channel, Michael Jones. This is not something that you can come on here. You interrupted my show, you are disappeared. You're gone. This is a construction channel, not a cooking channel. You want to see a cooking channel? Go find a cooking channel. You people have the brain capacity of a rock, most of you people. I don't understand why you don't get it. Every single person, every commenter that comments on my show that I don't know who they are, I'm blocking. I don't care if 6 people come to my show. I don't care whether 5 people come to my show. I don't care if no one comes to my show. This is a construction videos channel. I'm sitting here right now. I had the time to talk about Michael Jones' worthless comment. I'm not a cooking channel. I'm a construction channel. If I was doing construction, how many people out there in the construction industry can field 30 or 40 or 50 phone calls a day? Because that's what it's the equivalent to. It's the equivalent. I'm working in construction. I got skill saws. I got table saws. I got band saws. I got drill presses. And the phone rings and I got to answer some worthless comment. Can you do a cooking show for us while I'm in the middle of doing a construction? I don't want people to comment on my show. I want you to stop commenting. I want you to watch the show. I want you to converse with one another, but stop asking stupid questions. I'm not a cooking channel. Do you not understand that? I mean, I mean, what is your IQ? Well, you can't even tell me now. So I'm just going to go with 32. That's what I'm going to go with, 32. Holy macaroni. Yep, I did do that. I hit him for asking me if I could cook on my Alpha Male Construction Videos channel. Maybe one day that you'll understand. This is going to be a standard procedure. This isn't something new that I'm doing. I've been doing this for weeks. Stop asking stupid questions, and you won't get stupid answers, because I'm not interested in what you have to say. I'll be honest with you. Nobody in their field of endeavor in construction, say a guy is welding and the phone rings. He's got to stop, put the stick down, put the gun down, and answer the phone. You're going to do that 30 or 40 times a day for some worthless commenter. And the guy is welding. He's a welder, like I'm a construction guy. And he's going to answer the phone. Do you people not understand how annoying it is to have people? And another thing, might as well get it right off my chest right now. If you don't have a channel, I don't want you to comment. If you don't have content on YouTube, I don't want you to make a comment. Now, you can, of course, do that, but your comments, if you have no channel. So YouTube took away one of the most valuable tools that we had. If someone commented in the live stream, we used to be able to click the person's name to see if they had a channel or they're on YouTube with no content, no liked videos, no playlists, no nothing. Now, Michael Jones expects me to answer his stupid cooking question on a construction videos channel. But does Michael Jones have a playlist with Michael Fazio's videos? Does he post my videos on Facebook or someplace else, Twitter, wherever? Does he do anything for me other than annoy me? No, he doesn't do anything for me but annoy me. How can anybody be so stupid as to ask if I can do cooking on a construction videos channel? I only showed you how to get a discount on meat. Does that bring you to cooking? He wants me to cook for him? Am I his woman? Am I his servant? I mean, am I his servant in some way? Michael Jones, you are a very, I don't think you're a very intelligent person. I've asked you dozens of times, you and people like you, don't comment on my show. And I asked you yesterday if you were my friend the day before yesterday, and you didn't answer me. So you disrespected me by not answering my question, and I've acknowledged you now multiple times. Now you're gone. And anybody who doesn't have an actual channel, because I will be asking people for the names of their channel so I can check that out. If you have a legitimate question, I'll say, may I please have the name of your channel? And if you don't have a channel, well, I may or may not answer the question. But cooking, how did we go from cooking? I'm gonna cook for Michael Jones. This is stupid. The people that allow these stupid commenters on their channel are stupid themselves. I was on 2 channels 2 days ago. Yesterday, I was on 2 different channels and watching the commenters. None of the commenters on both channels, not one of them, could you trace back to a channel. Not one of them. Who are these people that absorb? Who are these people that steal our valuable time? They are nobody. Who are these people that make claims? I got guys now. Fazio stole Scotty's jet ski. Well, there's no proof of that. But this is what's going all over the internet. This guy has no channel. He has no life. He has no knowledge of anything. Scotty's is just 1,000 feet away from me. Scotty can walk down the block and talk to me anytime he wants. But you know what? I called up Scotty. Scotty's phone number is disconnected. Another worthless phone number on the internet in the Philippines. 90% of all telephone numbers that you get from anybody in any business, in any store, anywhere, 90% of every phone number on every website doesn't work because of the way Globe and Smart do business. If you run out of a load for 60 days, they take your number away from you. And there's nothing you can do about it. You can't get your number back. So anybody that forgets or just doesn't have the money to put a load in every 60 days, they lose their number. So 90% of all phone numbers on the internet don't work in the Philippines. 90% of all the people that were in business that you look up a business name for are closed. Well, especially now. Maybe not 90%, but certainly 60%. Because they have, if you wanted to look up scaffold equipment, yeah, I did that. Scaffold equipment, there's like 12 purveyors of scaffold equipment. None of them are open. The only place you can buy scaffold equipment is Yaya Construction Materials, and their prices are not that bad. They're not that good, but I don't go there. They don't have a big selection, and but there's out of the like 11 places that sell scaffold equipment, only 2 of them had a phone number that worked. So that's 80%. Now, some of them look like they were junkyards because I know the neighborhood that they're in, but they don't answer the phone. So it says this person is not available or this number is disconnected. Scotty's jet ski repair or jet ski rental works out of the Bellevue Resort, which is 1,000 feet from where I'm sitting. Scotty can come down here. He has no proof that probably no one ever stole a jet ski from Scotty. But if Scotty wants to come down and look at my jet ski, hey, Scotty, come on down. What do I give a crap? There's no possible way that anything that was ever stolen from Scotty that I possess. This idiot, the guy who calls himself the prophet, the closet dweller, he allows people to put that stuff on his channel. He thinks that's funny. It's not funny. It's not illegal, but it's not funny. But that's what the closet dweller does. He causes He causes chaos wherever he can. And now he's even making predictions. Oh, yeah, he's predicting that one or two of the bloggers in the Philippines will have a disaster occur to them before the end of the year. But what I think about the closet dweller who calls himself the prophet or had a channel that he had named the prophet, I believe what the prophet and the closet dweller is actually envisioning, I believe he's projecting his own demise. I believe that he is seeing his own future and trying to project it outwards on someone else's life or misfortune. Because the closet dweller and AKA the prophet, we all know he's a complete fraud. He's never done anything in his entire life that's of worthwhile. Nothing. And now he's on also saying, I don't know why the island guy, I don't know why he didn't have a heart attack. But like he's praying for that to happen. Because he's a very disturbed individual. Let's say disturbed. Mentally, physically, he's a complete mess. Physically, he couldn't even pick up a bottle of water, a 5-gallon bottle of water, and let's say walk it up a hill. That would be impossible for him to do because he's past his prime. His muscles have atrophied. His brain is not working properly because of, I believe, because of prescribed medication. I believe because of prescribed medication, it's interfering with his ability to have rational thoughts. How can a rational person come on YouTube and wish harm on someone else? How can a rational person come on YouTube and say that Jay's creation hangs out on Flywood's channel because he's waiting for Flywood's to die so he could go out with Ruby? This isn't a rational person. This is a man who's mentally defunct, a deficient mentality, an IQ of 42 at best. The prophet, or AKA the closet dweller, he preys on the weaker of the YouTube community. And I don't know how I got on this subject, but I did hear, I actually did, someone sent me a link to his channel yesterday. Ruby put it up on her page. And I went there and I'm listening to this thing. He's going, yeah, I don't understand why the island guy hasn't had a stroke. I haven't had a stroke because I'm in damn good shape. Way better shape than you. And you know it to be true. You, my friend, are a very weak and frail individual. You wouldn't last 20 minutes working next to me in the hot sun. You would be the one who would stroke out. I will give you a pickaxe and a shovel and a straight bar, and me and you will dig a trench across the 30-foot road at 2 o'clock in the afternoon in the hot sun. I will guarantee you will collapse before you're to the other side of the road. Because you're a weak, you're a has-been. You've never done construction. You're a has-been as far as what you're capable of. Your muscles have atrophied. Your brain is foggy because of your prescribed medication. That's my estimation. That's my belief. And you have the audacity to call me a liar when you can't prove it, never could prove it, never will be able to prove it. And then another thing is that Fazio doesn't know what the hell he's doing, but he used the F word. Well, what haven't I shown you? Haven't I shown you skills of building stuff and repairing things? What more do you need? You are just a mean, malicious, small-minded troll. Frail. Gary had it right when he called you pelican legs and pelican arms. And frail man. And Roberto had it right when he called you frail man and so many people. You know, you have 1,000 names. You have 1,000 names. You have 1,000 different names that people call you. Can you imagine going through life being you if you weren't you? Could you imagine how miserable you must be when you wake up in the morning and every day you're being attacked by 10 or 15 different people from different angles, all because you started a problem with someone else? You are the instigator to all your problems in life and on YouTube. And if you weren't such a coward, why don't you show your face all the time, every time you get on YouTube? Because you still believe in that no face, no case thing works for you. And you know, Flywoods, this is going out to you. I have tried. I'm done with your channel, Flywoods. I'm done with your channel. I'm done with the fake accounts on the Prophets channel, the Frauds channel, the Closet Dwellers channel. I'm done watching that shit, unless it's just purely for entertainment. But Flywoods, I'm done with your channel. You have allowed the hemorrhoid to have a wrench on your channel. Give me a break. Do you need people that bad? You want to know why I went off on the commenters on your channel yesterday? Give me a break. The hemorrhoid, as he's known on YouTube, PJ Aguilera, whatever his name is, is the biggest troll on YouTube. And you allow him to comment on your page? Do you not understand that that man probably has as many accounts as the dead kangaroo, the Australian dead kangaroo, and that they're controlling your channel and your narrative? But more than that, what really pisses me off is I've sent you a dozen requests offering you assistance in a certain manner, and you've never responded to any of my requests. But you allow the hemorrhoid to come on your channel and say, oh, wait, by the way, Flywoods, the hemorrhoid said yesterday on your channel, don't give the fraud, the closet dweller, any of your energy. He dwells on negative energy. And then the day before, the hemorrhoid was on the Closet Dwellers channel saying, you're the best, Closet Dweller. You're number one. Nobody can put you down, Closet Dweller, frail man. Nobody will ever beat you. So you got the hemorrhoid working both sides of the system, and you are too stupid to understand that you're being played by all of these people. That's pretty sick in and of itself. You go tell Flywoods what I said. You got the hemorrhoid on the Frail Man's channel saying what a great guy. Nobody can put the Frail Man down. He's number one. He's stood up through the test of time. And then he's on Flywoods channel saying don't give him any of your time. So he's putting one end against the other, and you allow that shit to happen on your page. That is pure. There's something wrong here. There is something wrong here. Man up. Man up. Get this garbage off your channel. There's no reality to your channel or the Frail Man's channel. None at all. There's no reality to your channel. Every single person on your channel and the Frail Man's channel are fake accounts. No one knows who anybody is. You can't trace them back to a channel or a name, a real name, except me. And Jack Thompson is a real person because he had many things on the internet. I know Jack, Scott LaFuego. Some people you can trace back to, but now that they took that option away, who's who, you have nothing but fake accounts. Now, you may know 2 or 3 of those people, but 8 out of 10 of those people are troll accounts, and they're trolling you. And who are they? They are the troll accounts of the hemorrhoid. They are the troll accounts of the dead Australian kangaroo man. They are the troll accounts of the frail man's channel. And maybe possibly the frail man himself. I don't know that for sure because there's no way to trace it back. But it's the kind of stuff he does. If I go to my held for review comments, the frail man under different names has been posting crap all over my videos. For years he does that. He changes the name of the channel and posts some garbage on the channel and puts a link up to his channel so you could see his crap, which always gets blocked. But you are allowing this to take place. And I think because you need the drama as much as the frail man does. So Flywoods, you and I, we're done. I could have helped you in multiple different ways. I even sent you multiple requests and what I would help you with. And you never responded to any of my comments. It's as if I didn't even talk to you. And this is going on for over 6 months. Your channel is just as much a garbage channel as the frail man's channel. Same thing. You don't know anybody on your channel. Let's just go through this by the numbers, Flywoods. Let's go through this by the numbers. Yesterday, I challenged Megan Ryan, or Meg Ryan, to who are you? Show us who you are. Because she's all over your channel. Well, apparently you know her to be a real commenter. That much I got by the end of the video. But the other people that were on there, Rob Howe, the hemorrhoid, and 4, possibly 5 other people, no way to trace who they were. But when I challenged them to show us videos, the comments that were coming back to me, show us the proof that you own the jet ski. By all of them. It was like they were reading a script because that is the dead Australian kangaroo and his troll accounts. The man is a master of fake accounts. He can switch back and forth from one account to the other on his 2 computers and be making comments all over the place under different names, and his brain works so that he can see and remember what he said. You are being trolled by a dead Australian kangaroo guy. Because within minutes of me saying, show us proof that you're a real subscriber, 5 different people on your channel, Flywoods, 5 different people, all concurred with one another within 6 or 7 seconds. Don't let Fazio censor your channel. Don't let him control your channel like he tries to control. And it was all the same theme, but it was within like 7 seconds, 5 people said the same thing. It's the dead Australian kangaroo guy that you're talking to. And it's the same dead Australian kangaroo guy that's trolling the frail man's channel. You're both being controlled by a dead Australian kangaroo. Who on your channel is real? Jay's Creations? I know he's real, but man, he spends 4 hours, 5 hours a day on your channel. That's not normal. That's not normal at all. That's just abnormal. So I know he's real, but that's just an abnormal amount of time to spend on somebody else's channel. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of comments, all praising you and Ruby. I don't wish you harm for your channel, but your channel is worthless. To go to your channel and watch 8 or 10 people that are just trolling you is when somebody show me some videos of who they are, what they do in real life. Nobody. would do it. And then in concert, they all said, don't let Fazio control your channel. I'm not trying to control your channel. I'm trying to help your channel by showing you how many people are fake. And did you see this point? No, you just let it slide by for some reason. Maybe because you like me. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it just went over your head that all of these people are trolling you. Why do you need this in your life, Flywoods? This is a direct question. Why do you need to have all of these trolls on your channel? Does this fulfill some kind of... I mean, if Ruby wants to do her TikTok or her dancing, I love the way she plays with the baby, stuff like that. That's cool. But to have all of these trolls arguing with one another, dictating terms on your channel, it's your channel. Control it. And as far as the frail man is concerned, that man is losing his mind. Okay, he's losing. To say that I have no accomplishments, he's still doing the same shit. You listen to his rhetoric. He's still doing the same stuff, the same thing. I predict that one or two of the bloggers in the YouTube Philippine genre will have devastating circumstances occur to them before the end of the year. He's been saying that crap for 3 or 4 years. The man, there's something wrong with him. That's my opinion. And I'm entitled to my opinion. There is something mentally not balanced in his head. Everything that he does is in the negative. Everything. He has never done anything in the positive. He's the best blogger. What has he ever shown you in the Philippines genre blogging community? What videos does he have up about the Philippines? Nothing. But forget that, because now he's not in the Philippines. But where he is now, didn't he say he was going somewhere and he was going to blog the hell out of where he was going to go to? Didn't he say that? Has he ever posted a single video of where he is and the sights and sounds in the environment that he lives in? Not a single video. Yeah, there was one. There was one. And the people that were in the video walked away from him because they couldn't take his ranting. Actually, he just run on, the same way he does run on sentences when he writes. Blah, 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 blah. And they just wanted to, you could see they just wanted to get away from him. He wasn't interviewing them. He was trying to have a conversation with them. He's a worthless blogger wherever he is. He has no content. His channel, look at his channel. His channel is 5 or 6 videos, all degrading somebody, degrading Roberto, degrading Roberto's wife, degrading Ruby, degrading myself, degrading Bama, degrading Flywoods, degrading Brutally Lauren, degrading Dave Phelps, which in that case I agree, but degrading Big Kevin. Why you got to bring Big Kevin? Now, I don't even like Big Kevin, not this much. I don't like Big Kevin even this much. But I'm not going to sit there and talk about Big Kevin's sicknesses and illnesses as if it was a good thing. I'm not like that. That's just pure evil. And he has to go bring up everything bad that ever happened to Big Kevin, because the man is mentally defunct. I could dislike, I have my reasons to dislike Big Kevin. I'm not going to put them all on the internet again. I've already done that. But I'm not going to, now that Big Kevin is even in a worse position than he ever was before, I feel no sympathy for Big Kevin at all. None whatsoever. But I'm not going to degrade Big Kevin day after day after day after day after day. I let that go like water over a duck's back. Big Kevin is a sick person, sickly person. Leave it at that. Why do you have to hash it out? Why do you have to thrill? You get a thrill out of talking about other people's agony? What if just like, let's just say, what if? Let's just say, what if? Let's just give this a what if scenario. What if someone somehow did what 1,000 different comments on in the past 5 years that people want to walk up to you and smack you. What if that happened? What if someone actually walked up to you and smacked you, and for some reason the other 7 or 8 teeth you have fell out of your head? What if someone did that? Wouldn't you want sympathy, or would you want people to thrill on the fact that some stranger just randomly walked up to you and smacked you? You wouldn't be able to do anything about it. You've already proven that. You won't go up against anybody physically, but what you like to try to do is pit 2 or 3 other bloggers against one another. Because you are a mean, malicious, arrogant, in my opinion, evil person. So what if someone did that to you? What if you had a misfortune? What if some misfortunate time and place just occurred? Where you are now? What if someone just walked up to you and smacked you hard enough to knock you out? Maybe, what if that happened to you? It's possible. But what if that happened? Would you want sympathy, or would you want everybody to come on YouTube and laugh at you? Because that's probably what would happen. Nobody cares about you. Your troll accounts don't care about you. You're the most disliked person on YouTube. Your troll accounts, a.k.a. the hemorrhoid, who's on Flywood's channel saying, don't give the guy any attention, then he's on your channel telling you you're number one. You are that stupid to believe both sides of the conversation. Or your side. The side that Heminger portrayed on your account, you believe that to be true, but you don't believe the part where he posted it on Flywood's channel to be true. That's how stupid you are. You are being controlled by the trolls on you. Yesterday, Maximus has been on a roll. Fazio stole a jet ski from Scotty's. Fazio stole this. Fazio is this. Fazio was fixing his roof with duct tape. There is no video ever of me putting duct tape on my roof. And yet you allow that crap to go on your channel. And then who was Maximus? Maximus, you said it yesterday, he's Rain Man. Rain Man has been YouTube's number 1 troll, number 2 troll, or number 3 troll, or number 4 troll for the last 5 years. He is a worthless commenter. But you take him to be a valued part of your channel because he posts worthless and negative comments to people that you don't like, your detractors. You're a fool, dude. Nobody in any genre enjoys your show. They watch it because it's a slow motion train wreck. And the people that watch my show, some of them watch it for the entertainment purpose. Some of them watch it to watch a 65-year-old man working in the hot sun that can still do this kind of work and are jealous. Some of them watch it and say, wow, that guy's 65. When I'm 65, I could do that too if I stay in shape. Some of them watch it to see if I'm going to get hurt like you. You mean-spirited, tiny mind, frail little man. You have said a dozen times, you are waiting for me to impale myself, cut a femoral artery, get hurt, trip on something. Because you're a mean-spirited, evil, little, and I mean little man. There is no way you say, I'm not frail. You're a frail man, dude. Gary had it right. Gary said, pelican arms, pelican legs. He nailed it to the cross. That would be the way I look. And having seen you in multiple videos walking on the beach, you have white on white, white on white, white on white skin with tiny little arms. My wrists are bigger than your biceps. My forearms are bigger than your legs. You're a tiny man. It's okay to be a tiny man, But don't come off as some big tough guy on YouTube. You have no skill sets to back up anything that you say with your mouth. You can't back up anything. Prove. Prove. I offer you $10,000 to prove things. I offer you $10,000 to prove something that I'm broke. And you can't do it. But you say it every day. He's broke. He doesn't have the money. He can't build a hotel. He doesn't have the plans. He doesn't have the permits. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? I know for a fact that, first of all, besides the fact that you're a rat and that you've ratted people out for dozens of things, I know for a fact that somebody that's related to you somehow on your channel, or you yourself, has called up the building department. I know this for a fact, and complained that Michael Fazio was working on his property. And what has happened because of that? Nothing. Nothing ever will. I have permission to do everything that I do because you're a jealous and the world's greatest underachiever. The greatest underachiever. The greatest underachiever. You are jealous that I'm doing something that you couldn't possibly do. And those stories, oh my God, the stories where you have thousands of dollars left over at the end of the month to pay your bills, but you drove 20 miles to save 20 cents on a gallon of Clorox bleach. Come on. Come on. Come on. Who drives 20 miles to save 20 cents? And then you were offered, oh, you took the guy off your channel the other day. This is how we know you're a fraud. You constantly, daily, I wish I could be with my partner. I wish I could be with my partner. I wish I could be with my partner. Crying like a little girl. Oh, I miss my partner. Well, you have the opportunity to see your partner now. Somebody came on your channel and you muted them. You removed them. You blocked them. When they said you have the ability to go to Thailand and you also have the ability to bring your partner to Thailand and you can spend several months together. Just a few minutes before that, you were telling people that you have thousands of dollars left over every month, month in and month out, since you got to the Philippines 5 years ago. 5 times 12 is 60. 60 times $2,000 a month is $120,000. You should have $120,000 in the bank, according to your false claims. And they are false. So false that when you went to look at a piece of property that was a lousy $5,000, you didn't buy it. But anyway, you can go to Thailand. But and then what is the cry that you decry? 2 people said it. The guy who you blocked and the hemorrhoid said the same thing. You have the opportunity, and it was probably the hemorrhoid that was needling you to begin with, because that's what the hemorrhoid does. He comes on a channel and says something, and he comes on as the hemorrhoid or pagula, and he confirms that what the other guy said. This is the hemorrhoid's modus operandi. So the hemorrhoid come on and said the same thing. You can go to Thailand. But you answered the hemorrhoid for some reason, and you said, well, you know, I'm not a wealthy man. A wealthy man? It wouldn't cost nothing to get from the Philippines to Thailand, compared to your $2,000 a month savings, and it wouldn't cost you much to get to Thailand either. And so what if you had to go into quarantine for 3 weeks with your partner, who you want to see? You don't want to see your partner, or you don't want to spend any money to see your partner, or you don't have any money to see your partner. You talk out of both sides of your mouth. I save $2,000 plus a month. And then minutes later, well, I'm not a rich man. And before that, I saved 2,000. Who in the Philippines can save $2,000 a month? I'm ahead of everybody. I'm a success story. And then 2 minutes later, well, I'm not a rich man. You talk out of both sides of your mouth every day in every way. You're a fraud. Face it. Your time to succeed and shine has come and gone probably 30 years ago. And we won't even talk about what occurred 30 years ago, where you worked. We won't even talk about that because it's not provable. But there are some stories about you that I would love to share. Just like, but you make stuff up about me all the time. But I wouldn't do that to you. I could actually, well, we won't talk about that now. But some of the stories that people have about, if I was that person that those stories were floating around about, I would crawl into a hole and never appear in social media again. Because although you don't see the stories, some people have posted stuff on the internet about you that I would just find amazing. I would be disturbed if they said stuff like that about me. I don't know what I would do. But you just take it with like a grain of salt. Like, well, I did that and I can't undo that. And what about the rest? What about the rest? We won't talk about the rest of it. We won't talk about the rest of it. You are the most disliked, dishonorable, mean, malicious, lying blogger that the world, maybe the world, has ever seen. That's your achievement, is that you're the biggest liar that has ever existed. And you'll make a video saying that I'm crazy. You'll make a video saying I don't know what I'm talking. You'll make a video saying I don't know anything about construction. Meanwhile, I'm out there building shit every day. Because your brain capacity is like this big. You have such a low IQ. You can't even remember what you said yesterday. You didn't even remember that you said you made $2,000 a day. And when someone said you could go to Thailand with your partner, oh, I'm not a rich man, $2,000 a month. And then, well, I'm not a rich man, I just can't go around spending money. You're a liar. You lie about everything. And with that, I got to go. I got things to do, people to see. And one of them's outside now. So send Scotty over to my house. Send the police. Send the police over to my house. Tell him you want to look at Michael Fazio's jet ski. You think he stole it from Scotty's. Tell him that. Go ahead and tell him that. The police stop by my house on a regular basis because that's where they coop, right across the street from my house. It's one of their cooping places. And we all say hello to each other, good morning, not by name. They know me by name. I don't know them by name. And the building inspector, he walks by occasionally to do something around in the general area. Call up the building inspector. Call him up. Send him to my house. Tell him what I'm doing. Call up Scotty's. Tell him that you think I stole his jet ski. I don't even know that a jet ski was stolen from Scotty. Call up the police. Have them come and check the jet ski. You're a fraud, and allowing people to put that crap on your channel is pretty sick. That's because you have no self-worth at all, and you have to knock down everybody else. You have no value of your own integrity. You have no integrity. You have no self-worth. You have no honor, which is something you wouldn't even understand, the word honor. Hey, Michael McFarland, welcome to the machine. You have no honor. Thanks for stopping by, Michael. You have no honor. You have no integrity. You've never been anything close to a successful individual. You're a follower, but you want to pretend that you're a successful blogger. Where are your blogs? Where are your interviews with people? Where are your blogs about itemized things? You lied. You lied. You lied about the price that you pay for paint. There is no store on where you live that sells Glidden or Burr paint. Therefore, no way could the price that you quoted that you pay for paint be possible. You even lie about the price of paint. You lie about everything. Okay, let me see what time it is. See if we have to do this thing. Oh, where is my glasses? Ah, boy. What an amazing place YouTube is, huh? It is amazing in a lot of ways. All right. Let's go over here. And is it time for me to leave? I know they're waiting outside for me. Oh, yeah. Okay. Gotta go. Gotta go. Now, hey, I had fun. Did you? If you and another thing, one more thing. If you're subscribed to my channel, I don't care whether you're subscribed or not. I don't go around asking people to subscribe to my channel. You don't hear me say it in every show. By the way, are you subscribed to my channel? You are an underachiever. You beg. You beg people to subscribe to your channel. You have no self-worth, no integrity, and no honor, and I'll leave it at that. This is Michael Fazio in the Philippines saying Amping Permi, which means, of course, take care always. All right, Michael, have a nice day. Bye-bye. Amping Permi, which means take care always.